So we have seen a law of conservation of momentum, and the equation of law of conservation of momentum is m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2, where m1 and m2 are the masses of the two objects and u1 and u2 are the initial velocities of the two objects. v1 and v2 are the final velocities of the two objects. So based on that equation, that is m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. We shall solve few examples or few questions on page number 124. We will solve example 9.6, and the example 9.6 goes like this. A bullet of mass 20 grams is fired horizontally with a velocity of 150 meters per second from a pistol of mass 2 kgs. What is the recoil velocity of the pistol? So here we have two objects. First is the bullet of mass 20 grams. Second is the pistol of mass 2 kgs. So mass of the bullet will take m1 as 20 grams. We have to convert this into kgs, so divide it by 1000, because 1 kg is equal to 1000 grams. This comes out to be 0.02 kg. And m2, you take the mass of the pistol, which is 2 kg. And before firing the bullet, both the pistol and the bullet were at rest. Before firing the bullet, both the bullet and the pistol were at rest. So initial velocity of the bullet is 0. Initial velocity of the pistol is also 0. Okay. And v1 will take final velocity of the bullet. Final velocity of the bullet is 150 meters per second. We have to find the final velocity of the pistol. That we don't know. We need to calculate it. So we need to solve it in this way. Now we will use the law of conservation of momentum equation. And the equation for the law of conservation of momentum is like this. The equation of the law for the law of conservation of momentum is m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. So m1 is 0.02, u1 is 0, m2 is 2, u2 is 0, m1 is 0.02, v1 is 150, m2 is 2 kg, v2 we don't know, we need to calculate. Okay. So 0.02 into 0 is 0, 2 into 0 is 0, 0.02 into 150 is, I think, 150 into 2 is 300, and after point we have 2 digits. So after 2 digits we will put a point, you get 3.00 plus this is 2v2. So we get 3.0 means 3 plus 2v2 is equal to 0 plus 0 is 0. So 2v2 is equal to, if you take plus 3 this side, you get minus 3. So v2 is equal to minus 3 upon 2. Minus 3 upon 2 is minus 1.5. Okay, meters per second. So the recoil velocity of the gun is minus 1.5 meters per second. Here what does the negative sign indicate? Negative sign indicates that the pistol recoils in the opposite direction. So I will write that. Okay, negative sign indicates that pistol recoils in the opposite direction. Pistol recoils in the opposite direction. So this is how we solve the sums using law of conservation of momentum. Let us see one more example. That is example 9.7. So example 9.7, I will read the question. You all also see on page number 125. The question goes like this. A girl of mass 40 kgs jumps with a horizontal velocity of 5 meters per second onto a stationary cart with frictionless wheels. The mass of the cart is 3 kgs. What is her velocity as the cart starts moving? Assume that there is no external unbalanced force working in the horizontal direction. So mass of the girl is 40 kgs, mass of the cart is 3 kgs. M1 is 40 kg, M2 is 3 kg. And U1, initial velocity of the girl is 5 meters per second. Okay, and the cart is stationary. So cart is stationary means the initial velocity of the cart is 0. Initial velocity of the cart is 0. So U2 is 0, whereas initial velocity of the girl is 5 meters per second. U1 is 5 meters per second. And when she jumps onto the cart, the final velocity of both the girl and the cart are going to be the same, because the girl is going to move along with the cart. Okay, that is, she will be on the cart. So M1 is 40 kg, M2 is 3 kg, U1 is 5 meters per second, U2 is 0 because the cart is at rest initially. After the girl jumps onto the cart, we need to find the velocity of the girl as well as the cart. Both are going to be the same because both of them will be, what you can say, having the same velocity, because both will start moving together. Okay, I will start solving the sum. So the mass of the girl M1 is 40 kg, mass of the cart M2 is 3 kg. The girl jumps with a velocity of 5 meters per second. So U1, initial velocity of the girl, is 5 meters per second on a stationary cart. So the cart is stationary means it is at rest. So initial velocity of the cart is 0. And since the girl jumps onto the cart, both the cart and the girl will move with the same velocity. So final velocity of both the girl and the cart will be same. So we take V1 is equal to V2 is equal to V. So from the law of conservation of momentum, M1 U1 plus M2 U2 is equal to M1 V1 plus M2 V2. So this is going to be the equation. M1 is 40 kg, U1 is 5 meters per second, M2 is 3 kg. Initial velocity of the cart is 0 because it is at rest or stationary. M1 is 40, V1 is equal to V2 is equal to V. We have taken because the girl jumps onto the cart. So the velocity of the cart and the girl both are going to be the same. So we take both as equal and equal to V. So it is 40V plus M2 is 3, V2 is also equal to V. 40 into 5 is 200, 3 into 0 is 0, 40V plus 3V is 43V. 200 plus 0 is 200 is equal to 43V. So V is equal to 200 upon 43. Okay, so V will be equal to, we'll do this, you can do this calculation. I think it just comes out to be 4.65 meters per second. So velocity of the girl as well as the cart and the cart, okay, velocity of the girl and the cart both are going to be 4.65 meters per second. So this will be the answer for your question. Okay, so you can take down these notes. Okay, we shall solve one more solved or worked example. Okay, that is be example 9.8 on page number 126. Example 9.8. on page number 126. Now I will read example 9.8. Okay, example 9.8 on page number 126. Two hockey players of opposite teams, while trying to hit a hockey ball on the ground, collide and immediately become entangled. One has a mass of 60 kg and was moving with a velocity of 5 meters per second, while the other has a mass of 55 kg and is moving faster with a velocity of 6 meters per second towards the first player. In which direction and with what velocity will they move after they become entangled? Entangled means after they collide with each other, the velocity of both will be the same. The mass of the first player is 60 kg, m1 is 60 kg, moving with 5 meters per second, u1 is 5 meters per second. Second player's mass is 55 kg, m2 is 55 kg, and moving with a velocity of 6 meters per second. So u2 is equal to 6 meters per second, but he is moving towards the first player. So both the players are moving in opposite direction. So if you take the initial velocity of the first player as plus 5 meters per second, you take the velocity of the second player as minus 6 meters per second. This is just because both are moving towards each other. You can see that is this green player is moving in from left to right, the blue player is moving from right to left. So if you take this as positive, take this as negative. Okay, so we'll start solving that. So mass of the first player is 60 kg, mass of the second player is 55 kg, initial velocity of the first player is 5 meters per second, initial velocity of the second player is minus 6. We took this as negative because both the players are moving in opposite direction. If one we take as plus, the other one we have to take as minus. And after they become entangled, both will move together, both will fall together. So V1 is equal to V2 is equal to V. That's how we take. So from the law of conservation of momentum, M1 U1 plus M2 U2 is equal to M1 V1 plus M2 V2. Okay. So M1 is 60, U1 is 5, M2 is 55, U2 is minus 6, M1 is 60. V1 we have taken as V1 is equal to V2 is equal to V. This is 55 and that also we have taken as V. 60 into 5 is 300, plus into minus is minus. 55 into 6 I think it is 330. 60V plus 60 plus 55 is 115V. So 300 minus 330 is minus 30. Is equal to 115V. So V is equal to minus 30 upon 115. So you can cancel 3 tens, 5 6 and 5 2s and 3s. So V is equal to minus 6 by 23. So V will be equal to minus 0.26. If you solve this meters per second, what does this indicate is minus negative sign we have taken for the velocity of the second player. So both will move, okay, with 0.26 meters per second in the direction of second player. Okay, in the direction of which player? Second player. Why second player? Because it is negative, and negative we have taken for the second player. So both will move with a velocity of 0.26 meters per second. Okay, so that will be the answer for this. Take down these notes. Okay, write down these notes, understand these sums.